afternoon, students. So this is lecture number 2 of work, power and energy, and today mainly I am targeting on two very important derivations. So I'll be just disturbing the sequence a little bit. Check please. In the previous lecture we did first 4 pages. I'll just give you a quick recap of. We talked about work. Yes or no? We said that work is given by force vector dot displacement vector, and therefore it is Fs cos theta. It can also be written as F cos theta into S, or otherwise it can be written as S cos theta into F, because you know that dot product is commutative. We also said that in school we used to say that if force is 0 or displacement is 0, then work is 0. But here it is not necessary. If force is non-zero, displacement is non-zero, then also work can be 0, because angle between force vector and displacement vector may be 90 degree. Yes or no? After that, we spoke about another formula of work, which is Fx Sx plus Fy Sy plus Fz Sz. Yes or no? After that, we spoke about work done by a variable force. So we said that dW is equal to integral F cos theta times ds, and if we integrate, right, dW, we will get W. That is the total amount of work done, knowing the limits of integration. Thereafter, we spoke about the work done as sum of all the small amount of work done. That means dW1 plus dW2 plus blah blah blah. Yes or no? Thereafter, we spoke about the graphical representation. That means if we plot graph of force versus displacement, and suppose the graph is like this, then selecting the intermediate points, say P and Q, which are very close to each other, can I say the area under the curve is dW is equal to F dx. Yes or no? Where dx is infinitesimally small element of displacement. And then if I integrate from the first point to the last point, I will get the total amount of work done. Now wherever I see work as the symbol, replace it by power. Yes or no? Wherever I see force, work is equal to force into displacement, so I can also write work as power into, for example, dW is equal to F into dx can also now be replaced by dW is equal to P into dt. So wherever you see F in the equation, replace it by P. And wherever you see X in the equation, replace it by T. Right? So can I plot this as graph of power versus time also? My logic remains the same, and therefore I will get dW is equal to P dt also. Work done is force into displacement. Likewise, work done is power into time also. Yes or no? After that, we spoke about conservative and non-conservative forces. Theoretical article. Conservative force is the one which is path independent, whereas non-conservative force is the one which is path dependent. In conservative force, the total energy remains constant. Kinetic energy and potential energy may be variable, but total energy remains constant. Whereas in non-conservative force, there is loss of energy. Yes or no? In conservative force, we say that work done during the round trip is 0, whereas there it is non-zero. The most important statement which we spoke about in the last lecture was, if you want to understand the concept of potential energy, then it is possible only when you talk about conservative force. And lastly, at the end of it, we spoke about the examples. Gravitational force is conservative force. Electrostatic force between two charges is conservative force. Magnetic force between two monopoles is conservative force. Then spring force is conservative force. What are non-conservative forces? Friction, for example, because there is loss of energy. Viscous force, right? Thereafter, magnetic force due to a current carrying wire. So I told you very clearly that here you have to be very careful, because magnetic force comes under both the categories. Conservative force also and non-conservative force also. So if my question is, what is magnetic force? Answer is both, conservative and non-conservative. But if I am specific about my question, That magnetic force due to current carrying wire is what? Non-conservative. Magnetic force between two magnetic monopoles is what? Yes or no? And एकदम end में then we did work energy theorem. What was work energy theorem? Work done in moving the body from speed u to speed v is W is equal to delta Ek. Work is equal to change in kinetic energy, which according to law of conservation of mechanical energy, if you want, you can call this as work is change in potential energy as well. Right? Change in kinetic energy means half m bracket v square minus u square. Whereas potential energy wise it is mg bracket h2 minus h1 भी चलेगा. If you are talking about a spring, then it is half k bracket x2 square minus x1 square. So pages wise, if you see your book, page numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 done. 5 pending. जो pages pending है उसको please pencil से circle करो, because in the next lecture you will tell me कि sir these pages are pending, and then when you resume back from your vacation you will tell me कि what all things are pending, the chapter wise, because after doing that I will move on to the new chapter. Okay, page number 6 upper half pending. Page number 6 lower half done. Page number 7 up first 3 lines done, first 3 lines only. Otherwise page number 7 is pending, so you can circle if page number 7 is pending. Page number 8 pending. अब ये जो पेंडिंग रख रहा हूँ ना मैं, ये बहुत सिंपल है माइंड यू. मुझे सिर्फ आज 2 लॉन्ग डेरिवेशंस करने हैं, इसलिए मैं थोड़ा सीक्वेंस ब्रेक कर रहा हूँ. पेज नंबर 8 पे if you see article C is done, spring force is done, spring energy is done, right? If you see sub article C on that page, right, besides the title that is spring force field, you can write in bold letters, taught in the chapter oscillation, taught in the chapter oscillation. Now if you see the diagram, the left side, do you see the formula half k x square? We have done this. On the right side, do you see the formula f square upon 2k? That we have also done. That means potential energy is directly proportional to k also is correct. And inversely proportional to k also is correct. Potential energy is directly proportional to k provided x is constant. And potential energy is inversely proportional to k is correct provided force is constant. Next, potential energy is directly proportional to x square is correct if k is constant. And potential energy is directly proportional to force square is correct provided k is constant. Yes or no? So as far as page number 8 is concerned, article C is done. Rest everything is pending. Page number 9 completely pending. Page number 10 upper half pending. Upper half. Lower half you have been doing from school. You know this. You know law of conservation of energy, you know law of conservation of mechanical energy, you know law of conservation of momentum also. But today we are going to do very much in detail what do you mean by law of conservation of momentum. So before I start with that, remember in the past chapter was circular motion, sub article was vertical circle. We used to say that when the particle is performing vertical circle, kinetic energy at the bottom plus potential energy at the bottom is kinetic energy at the top plus potential energy at the top. Not necessarily it is top and bottom. Kinetic energy at bottom plus potential energy at bottom is kinetic energy at any position plus potential energy at any position. Yes or no? So when you talk about the sum total remaining constant, we call this as law of conservation of mechanical energy. We call this as law of conservation of mechanical energy. So page number 10, lower half, you don't need me in mechanical energy, you don't need me in law of conservation of energy, you don't need me in law of conservation of mechanical energy also. Law of conservation of energy is what? When one kind of energy disappears, other kind of energy reappears. Yes or no? Energy cannot be created nor be destroyed, however it can be transferred from or it can be transformed from one form to the other form. Right? So till I am little busy drawing the diagram for the next article. That means the lecture of the day starts now. I want you to revise page number 10, lower half. Please revise page number 10. lower half. Easy? Now total focus on the board. Very, very, very interesting lecture. Very, very, very important as well. Okay, now Newton's second law, Newton's first law and Newton's third law. You might be wondering कि sir sequence में क्यों नहीं लिखा? First, second, third लिख सकते थे? No. Newton suggested second law first. And then on the basis of that, because he was basically a mathematician, he had very strong contribution in the differential equations, calculus and all that. Okay, so he was a mathematician first and he suggested this law. But then sequence wise, remembrance wise, first law was easy, statement wise. So then he named it as first law. But otherwise, this was suggested first. Your school level knowledge. What is the meaning of Newton's second law? Force is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum and takes place in the direction of the force. Force is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum and takes place in the direction of the force. So to remove the proportionality sign, I should assign some constant. That constant is K. K is constant of proportionality. So this is the original equation. Right? Getting rid of K in physics is very, very simple. उसको छोड़ के सबको 1 बोलो. So if force acting on the body is 1 Newton for 1 second time interval and if the change in the momentum is 1 kilogram meter per second, then can I say K is 1? Yes or no? If this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, then K is 1, and because K is 1, no need to write because anything into 1 is shut up the same thing. Right? So F is equal to dp by dt. ये actually Newton's second law था. Correct? अभी Newton's first law क्या था? Unless and until the body is acted upon by some external unbalanced force, if the body is at rest, it remains at rest, and if it is moving, it continues to do so in the same direction with same velocity. बोलो न्यूटन बाबा की जय. अभी क्या था? ये क्या था? If external force acting on the body is 0, then if the body is at rest, it remains at rest, and if the body is moving, it continues to do so in the same direction with same velocity. For example, if this water bottle is here, right? If I don't apply force on this for years together, can it will remain here for years together? Right? That is called inertia of rest. Suppose this fan was on. Our lecture is over, students have gone, everything is gone, office is locked. But my pune forgot to switch off the fan. Tomorrow when you come, it will be still on. Same thing is happening with Earth. Earth is continuously revolving around the sun in the same orbit, taking the same time, 1 year to complete one revolution of the sun. Because wherever Earth is right now, it is in equilibrium. Earth is not only attracted by sun, it is attracted by moon also, it is attracted by Jupiter also, it is attracted by Saturn also, it is attracted by Mercury also. It is attracted by moons of different planets also, meteors also, asteroids also. But wherever it is, can we say that because of Lami's theorem, equilibrium forces, the net force acting on Earth must be 0? If net force acting on Earth is 0, that means with whatever velocity Earth is moving, it is doing the same thing. Now let us try to understand. Is it justifying this? Right? If F is 0, पहले second law आया ना? If F is 0, implies 0 is equal to dp by dt. If 0 is equal to dp by dt, इसका मतलब p should be constant because derivative of constant is 0. If p is constant, this means mv is constant, and if mv is constant implies v must be constant. If v is constant तो उसके दो मीनिंग हो सकते हैं. अगर वो रेस्ट पे था तो रेस्ट पे ही रहेगा, और अगर वो मूव हो रहा तो मूव ही होगा. Are you getting the meaning of this? Unless and until the body is acted upon by some external unbalanced force, if the body is at rest, it remains at rest, and if the body is moving, it continues to do so in the same direction with same velocity. So the first situation is called inertia of rest, and the second situation is called inertia of motion. समझा अच्छे से? Yes or no? On the basis of this, now we can understand law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. And the simplest most example in practical life is, now henceforth I am going to use a short form and I am going to call this as LOCOM. Law of conservation of momentum. The very popular question is momentum before is momentum after. And the very easy question is mass of the bullet into velocity of the bullet before firing is mass of the rifle into velocity of the rifle. Mind you, momentum wise, bullet is small in size, right? So mass is less but velocity is super. On the other hand, rifle is heavier, so the velocity with which the rifle comes back, right? The soldier is holding the rifle like this. The butt portion of the rifle is here, so that when it feels back jerk, this portion, big thick bunch of muscles will absorb that shock easily. You will not see the soldiers holding the rifle this way. Otherwise, you may lose your nose bone because that back jerk is also very powerful. The velocity with which the bullet goes is called muzzle velocity, and the velocity with which the rifle fills the back jerk is called recoil velocity. I am sure beta आप लोगों ने ये सुना हुआ है. Yes or no? Now if I think about Newton's third law, then basically we say this way, कि suppose there are two bodies, then P1 plus P2, this net should be constant. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि derivative of P1 with respect to time plus derivative of P2 with respect to time should be derivative of constant. Yes or no? Constant vector. इसका मतलब force number 1, because derivative of momentum is force, है ना? Force is dp by dt plus derivative of force should be derivative of constant vector, which is null vector, and therefore F1 is negative of F2, and therefore he said that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Logic समझा बेटा? So sequence wise, derivation wise, he suggested this first. On the basis of this, then this again, and then this. Sequence समझा? Easy, super sure. स्कूल में सुना था, लेकिन रट्टा मारा था. और स्कूल में अपना सबसे फेवरेट लॉ कौन सा था? न्यूटन्स थर्ड लॉ. उसके बाद कॉलेज में अपना सबसे फेवरेट लॉ कौन सा है? सेकेंड लॉ ऑफ थर्मोडायनामिक्स. नो मशीन इज आइडियल. सीधा छोटे वर्ड्स होते, एकदम चिंटू सेंटेंस होता है. दैट इज आवर फेवरेट लॉ. यस और नो? और बिन समझे रट्टा मारा. But actual sequence is the second law on the basis of that first and third. यहाँ तक समझा? Super sure. I'm sure you know about impulse also. What is impulse? Impulse is very large force acting for a very small time. Practical life में हम लोग थोड़ा इसको मस्ती में बोलते हैं. This person is very impulsive. छोटी छोटी बातों में रिएक्शन दे देता है. मतलब उसका गुस्सा एकदम कम टाइम के लिए लेते हैं, लेकिन होता है. I am actually like that. Sometimes when students don't pay attention, I get angry. Now my anger is momentary, no doubt. After 10 seconds, 15 seconds, maybe maximum 30 seconds, I'll take hold of myself. They have to teach. Sometimes we say, this person is of impulsive nature. Impulse matlab large force acting for a small time. You play any game, for example, you're playing a game of cricket. So when you're hitting the ball hard, the time for which the ball is in contact with the bat is very small compared to the time taken by the ball to travel from the bowler to the batsman. Right? But a large force is acting for a small time. Likewise, you are playing the game of football. You are kicking the football. The large force acting for a small time. That is one way of writing impulse. Now the second way of writing impulse. Second way of writing impulse. Can I also say force is mass into acceleration times t? Can I write acceleration as final velocity minus initial velocity upon time? Yes or no? This is acceleration. And this t is as it is. Time cancel. So this gives me mv minus mu. Yes or no? mv minus mu means final momentum minus initial momentum. So this is another way of understanding impulse. mv minus mu. And thereafter we say that if we want to go further, therefore I vector is final momentum vector minus initial momentum vector. So can we also say impulse is change in mom? Yes or no? Impulse is change in momentum. Whether don't mention anything, whether it is linear momentum or angular momentum, it is to be understood as linear. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि from this I can derive a conclusion that force into time is mv minus mu. चलेगा? Force into time is mv minus mu. एक फॉर्मूला मैंने यहाँ से उठाया और एक फॉर्मूला मैंने यहाँ से उठाया to make a new formula. Right? Force into time is mv minus mu. Because now we are going to use this in understanding law of conservation of momentum for two colliding bodies. Law of conservation of momentum for two colliding bodies. For example, a car is going, another car is going, they collide with each other. Right? Velocity of this was u1, velocity of this was u2 before colliding. After colliding, their velocities are v1 and v2, and we want to know that. School level example, or maybe college level example, atomic structure, subarticle, Rutherford's alpha particle scattering experiment, gold leaf alpha particle scattering experiment. This is gold foil, an alpha particle comes, collides with that, and then it gets scattered into different paths. Right? Now what is the basic idea? This is gold nucleus. This is gold nucleus. Very heavy, very heavy. The charge on the proton is plus E. And because this is gold nucleus, its atomic number is 79. So the charge is 79E. Now because of this charge, it is having a very strong nuclear field around it. Very strong nuclear field around it. So when an alpha particle comes and collides with it, alpha particle is helium nucleus, He24. So alpha particle is basically helium nucleus in the sense, in the nucleus of it, the charge is 2e. So when this tries to collide, because of the strong nuclear field, it will not be coming in physical contact with it, before that only it deviates. So it depends on at what location it is striking. Because if it is striking this way, the angle of deviation may be this. If it is striking this way, its angle of deviation may be this. If it is striking exactly on normal, then it will come back on the same path. Some particles may strike this way, they deviate at right angles. Right? If I am calling this as angle of deviation, or otherwise angle of scattering, then in future also in physics, chapter atomic physics, you are going to come across that this angle of scattering lies between 0 degree and 150 degree. Right? We are going to talk about this. But this is the example of perfectly elastic collision. This is the example of perfectly elastic collision. Perfectly elastic collision. Now here we have to understand few words. Collision, there are two types. One is head-on collision. Another is oblique collision. Head-on collision is the particles or the bodies, they move along the same straight line path after collisions. That means if this was one car going and this was another car coming, either the brakes failed or maybe this driver is intentionally colliding with this. So this is called head-on. Right? One car is coming from this, another car is coming from this, or one train is coming from this, other train is coming from this, they collide. This is also head-on. Right? But suppose one car is colliding, this is going along this path and this is going along this path, then that is oblique. Right? For example, when you play the game of carom board, right? Let me give you the example of oblique and head-on both in the same example. These are the pockets, correct? And this is where you are playing from. So this is your striker, and this is the coin, right? So you are striking the coin in such a way that it goes in the pocket straight. So this is called head-on. But I don't have a chance to play like this, or maybe I am an expert and I will put the striker here, right? And I will strike it sideways, right? So still my striker will go this way, but my coin will go this way in the pocket. So second one is an example of oblique collision. Yes. So these are two main types. Now there are three subtypes. Pehle two subtypes. The collisions are either elastic or inelastic. Either elastic or inelastic. If it is perfectly elastic collision, then two things are conserved. Linear momentum also is conserved and kinetic energy also is conserved. But if it is perfectly inelastic में वापस दो types. It is just inelastic or partially inelastic, and it is perfectly inelastic. The moment you come across the word inelastic, इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि kinetic energy is not conserved. There is loss in kinetic energy. Head on, oblique, समझा? Head on मतलब same straight line, oblique मतलब at some angle. Elastic, inelastic. Inelastic, kinetic energy is conserved, perfectly elastic. And in inelastic there is loss. अब inelastic में भी दो types है, inelastic and perfectly inelastic. Inelastic, perfectly inelastic. Inelastic, they go separately. Perfectly inelastic, they stick together and go together. Inelastic, final velocities are v1 and v2. Inelastic, perfectly inelastic, final velocity is v only, because they stick together and go together. How can you give two different names? Rapid fire. Head on, oblique. Have you understood? Subtypes. Elastic, inelastic. Subtypes. Perfectly elastic. Kinetic energy is conserved. Perfectly inelastic. Kinetic energy is lost, and they stick together and go together. Just inelastic. Kinetic energy is lost, they don't stick together. They go separately. Right? Now over here when the collision takes place, the energy must have been lost in the form of sound or heat or frictional energy or some unseen form of energy, electromagnetic energy. Are you getting this? So in practical life, if you want to understand the best example of perfectly elastic collision, then this is this. Reason, collision does not mean that the bodies must come in contact with each other physically. Over here the bodies are not coming in contact with each other physically. Still the path is changed. Yes or no? That is because of the powerful nuclear field around the heavy nucleus. So this also is the example of perfectly inelastic collision. Yes or no? अभी जो मैं बोलूं सिर्फ उसको one by one देखना. Okay? Page number 10 मैं प्रूव करने जा रहा हूं. पहले वो मत देखो. Page number 11 का बॉटम देखो. Is the title collisions of bodies? खाली वो पैराग्राफ पढ़ो. Page number 11 bottom. Turn the page. First diagram. Is it head on? Are they going along the same straight line? थोड़ा सा उसमें मिस्टेक है. ध्यान से देखो. डायग्राम देखो. लेफ्ट साइड देखो बिफोर कोलिजन वाला. ये बॉडी ए है, ये बॉडी बी है। हाँ, ध्यान से सुनो और इधर देखो। कोलिजन के बाद ये ऐसा है ना, ऐसा है, मतलब ये ए था, ये बी था। कोलिजन के बाद ये ए है, ये बी है, उधर ए और बी उल्टा पुल्टा हुआ। यू नो व्हाट डज इट मीन? कोलिजन, बिफोर कोलिजन। ये भी होता है प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ, नथिंग टू लाफ अबाउट। कार जा रही है, कार, पीछे से बाइक वाला आया, एकदम स्पीड में गया, लेफ्ट राइट जाने का चांस नहीं मिला, ब्रेक मारने का भी चांस मिला, या तो ब्रेक मारा तो बाइक उड़ के कार के आगे गया। दैट इज आल्सो पॉसिबल, लेकिन यहाँ पे ये नहीं होता है। आर यू गेटिंग दिस? सो डायग्राम में एक छोटा सा मिस्टेक है। राइट साइड में ए को बी बोलो, बी को ए बोलो, M1 को M2 बोलो, M2 को M1 बोलो, V1 को V2 बोलो, V2 को V1 बोलो। अगर ये कुछ भी नहीं करना है तो खाली बस ऐसे दो एरोज बना दो, खत्म। मतलब दो स्फीयर्स आर मेड उल्टा पुल्टा। बराबर? Are you on diagram 2? Is it talking about oblique collision? Oblique collision. Are you on the next literature? Elastic collision, inelastic collision, perfectly inelastic collision. Elastic collision बोला ना खाली, then also it is to be understood as perfectly elastic. नहीं बोला तो, but still make the word perfectly elastic. Mind you, whenever any type of collision takes place, momentum is always conserved. Momentum is always conserved. In fact, I am going to prove it in the next article. But if it is perfectly elastic collision, then apart from momentum, even kinetic energy is conserved. Right? If it is perfectly elastic collision, then even kinetic energy is conserved. Okay. Are you on the next literature now? कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ रेस्टिट्यूशन, कोएफिशिएंट उसको खाली होल्ड पे रखो। कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ रेस्टिट्यूशन वाला आर्टिकल होल्ड पे रखो। ओके, आर यू ऑन द नेक्स्ट आर्टिकल नाउ? हेड ऑन इलास्टिक कोलिजन। सो बैक टू बैक आई एम गोइंग टू गो फॉर टू डेरिवेशंस नाउ. One is law of conservation of momentum, and other is what happens when perfectly elastic collision takes place. Then we will do few special cases and 5-6 very simple MCQs. Okay, so are you back to page number 10? Are you back to page number 10? Okay, sorry, page number 10. Do you see the bottommost title as law of conservation of momentum? Law of conservation of momentum. चलो, अब मैं जब तक बोलूं नहीं बुक ओपन नहीं करना। जब तक मैं बोलूं नहीं बुक ओपन नहीं करना। So our next article is law of conservation of momentum for two bodies undergoing collisions. Law of conservation of linear momentum for two bodies undergoing collisions. अभी जो मैंने impulse के बारे में लिखा था, समझा था सबको? What is the meaning of impulse? Force into time, या तो फिर mass into final velocity minus mass into initial velocity. Suppose this is a straight line path, and over here two spheres are moving, and they are going to undergo perfectly elastic collision. Sphere number 1, sphere number 2. Before collision, sphere number 1, sphere number 2, at the time of impact, sphere number 1, sphere number 2, after collision. Okay, so sphere number 1 is say A, sphere number 2 is say B, mass of this is say M1, mass of this is say M2, sphere A, sphere B, mass 1, mass 2, sphere A, sphere B, mass 1, mass 2. This is the situation before collision. This is the situation after collision. and this is the situation at the time of collision. So this is called at the time of impact. At the time of impact. Okay, before collision, their velocities were u1 and u2. u1 and u2. After collision, their velocities are v1 and v2. Right? And law of conservation of momentum says that according to law of conservation of momentum, which is our title actually, law of conservation of momentum. When I don't mention the type, as I told you, momentum is to be understood as linear momentum. So according to law of conservation of linear momentum, we have to prove that m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2 is equal to m1 into v1 plus m2 into v2. We have to prove this. Okay, this is a statement. This is the statement. Now the proof. Shuru karu. Now even if I don't put vector sign on u1, u2 and v1, v2, it is understood that we are talking about momentum. Momentum is a vector. So u is a velocity, u is not speed. V is a velocity, v is not speed. So even if I don't put arrows on this, it is mandatory for you to understand that I am talking about vectors. Can I say according to definition of impulse? According to definition of impulse, how will you write impulse? Impulse is Ft is equal to m times v minus u. Yes or no? Ft is equal to m times v minus u. I have got two bodies. One is body A, another is body B. One is body A, another is body B. Okay. For body A, I am writing Ft is equal to m times v minus u. For body B, I am writing Ft is m times v minus u. Because I am writing this for body A, m1 v1 u1. Because I am writing this for body B, m2 v2 u2. Now the most important thing is the middle diagram. In the middle diagram, can I say A exerts force on B on the right side? Yes or no? A exerts force on B on the right side. So this is pronounced as force on B due to A. This is force on B due to A. Likewise, B also must be reacting back. So B exerts force on A in reverse direction. So what is this? Force on A due to B. अब मैंने तो यहाँ पे common symbol लिखा है F because they are action reaction pairs. So force on A due to B is force on B due to A negative sign wise because they are action reaction pair, right? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि can I write this as force on A is on right which side? Right side, left side? Force on A left side. Force on A. Force on A is left side. Left side is plus ki minus? Minus. Exactly. So can I say for body A it is minus and for body B therefore it is plus. It goes without saying इसके ऊपर एरो आएगा, 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 मैं नहीं लिख रहा हूँ। बराबर? अभी फिलहाल इनका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड सेम नहीं है। फिलहाल इनका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड सेम नहीं है। Let me call this as equation 1. Let me call this as equation 2. मुझे इनका लेफ्ट हैंड साइड सेम बनाना है। So can I write first equation as therefore plus Ft is equal to m1 times u1 minus v1. अगर मैंने इसका साइन चेंज किया तो मुझे इसका साइन भी चेंज करना चाहिए. Yes or no? Let me call these as equation 1 now. Let me call these as equation 1. Can I now argue left hand sides are same? So right hand sides must be same. So from 1 and 2 can I say? From equations 1 and 2 can I say? From equations 1 and 2. Can I say m1 into v1 minus u1, sorry, u1 minus v1 is equal to m2 into v2 minus u2. Open the bracket. m1 into u1 minus m1 into v1 is m2 into v2 minus m2 into u2. Are you getting this? Get the initial momenta on one side and get the final momenta on the other side, because this is the situation before collision and this is the situation after collision. So before collision this momentum was m1 u1, this momentum was m2 u2. After collision this momentum is m1 v1, this momentum is m2 v2. So I want before collisions together, after collisions together. So can I shift this term on this side? And can I shift this term on this side? So what will I get? m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2 is m1 into v1 plus m2 into v2. Yes or no? Right? So this is vector and vector and vector and vector and vector and vector and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Vector, 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 therefore vector, therefore vector, therefore vector, therefore. Understood? Problem solve करते वक्त में vector की side नहीं लिखूंगा. Yes or no? So what is my final conclusion? Momentum. Momentum before collision is momentum after collision. So can you say total momentum of the system of two bodies before collision is equal to total momentum of collision, total momentum after collision of two bodies? Yes or no? And therefore we say that momentum is conserved, right? So can I say law of conservation of momentum is proved? Yes or no? Got it? Sure. अब ये प्रूफ आपके नोट्स में नहीं दिया होगा, मैंने आईपैड नोट्स में दिया है, लेकिन मैंने लिख के दिया FYI, मतलब for your information, right? I don't want my students to mug up the things. I want them to understand कि ये कैसा है. बाद में एग्जाम के टाइम पे टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना. हाँ, अंडरस्टैंडिंग के टाइम पे, पढ़ने के टाइम पे you should know how it comes. Don't mug up. Have you understood this? Page number 11. Page number 11. Do you see the very first box? Momentum is constant. उधर बाजू में आप एग्जाम्पल लिख सकते हो. For example, MBVB is equal to MRVR. Wordings में लिखो. Mass of the bullet into velocity of the bullet is mass of the rifle into velocity of the rifle. Mass of the bullet into velocity of the bullet is mass of the rifle into velocity of the rifle. अच्छा नोटबुक में लिखना. अच्छा सब कॉपी करेंगे उसमें से, जेरोक्स ले लेना, उतना भी नहीं लिखना पड़ेगा. मैं लिख के दूँ? Shall I send you this picture? Print out निकाल दो. Seriously, smart work, time waste नहीं करने का. मैं लिख के आऊँ एग्जाम? नहीं, पागल हुआ. Being given chance मैं लिख के आऊँ? नहीं. हाँ बोले. I appreciate your service. ये लिखा. Over here, velocity of the bullet is called muzzle velocity. Velocity of the bullet is called muzzle velocity, and velocity of the rifle is called recoil velocity. Velocity of the bullet is called muzzle velocity, and velocity of the rifle is called recoil velocity. कभी कभी कोई बच्चा एकदम जेन्युइनली बीमार रहता है ना, और बाद में जब मेरे वीडियो लेक्चर्स देखता है ना, और बीच में ऐसे ऐसे कुछ फनी मोमेंट्स आते हैं ना, तो वो अपने पेरेंट्स को भी ये वीडियो दिखाते हैं और बाद में पेरेंट्स जब मुझे मिलने आते हैं ना, तो सर तभी बहुत जॉली छो बोलते हैं डायलॉग कैसे मारते देखो, सर माय चाइल्ड इज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट, यू आर वेरी खड़ूस, और बाद में ये मस्का भी मारते हैं, नहीं बट सर आई टोल्ड माय चाइल्ड कि नहीं सर के लेक्चर से तो लग रहा है कि सर जॉली है। मैं बोला आई शुड चार्ज यू आल्सो, व्हाई आर यू सिंग माय लेक्चर्स मुफ्त में, हाँ you don't have to laugh at such aftershock laughter. कुछ कुछ लोगों को जोक लेट समझ में आते हैं, ये 10 मिनट पहले वाले जोक पे हंसे, अभी के जोक को 3 बजे के बाद हंसेगी, आप समझ मैं 4th बैच में लेक्चर क्यों रिकॉर्ड करता हूँ समझे, इसमें रीजनेबली थोड़े कम नॉटी तो तुम लोग हो, तू तो बहुत नॉटी है, तू वायरल हो गया, तुझे मालूम नहीं। तू डॉक्टर बनने से पहले ही फेमस है, मैं तो हूँ ही बट ओके चलो बेटा अभी ध्यान से देखो, दिस इज द सेकंड बॉक्स ऑफ दैट पेज, Is it written over there M1 U1 plus M2 U2 M1 V1 plus M2 V2? अब उसका प्रूफ नहीं दिया है, तो वहाँ पे लिखो for the proof refer iPad notes. For the proof refer iPad notes. For the proof refer iPad notes. ठीक है? Continue reading. Do you see somewhere P1 plus P2 is constant? So derivative of P1 plus derivative of P2 should be 0. So at the end you will see F1 plus F2 is 0. So do you see F1 is minus F2? What does that mean? To every action there is an equal and opposite. समझा बेटा? Sure. Now check for the next article. I need exactly the same diagram. And now we are talking about the expressions for velocities. Now we are talking about expressions for final velocities of two colliding bodies which are undergoing perfectly elastic collision. तो जब तक मैं बोलूं नहीं, बुक ओपन नहीं करना। चलो, perfectly elastic head-on collision. What do you mean by head-on? What do you mean by head-on? The bodies move along the same straight line. What do you mean by perfectly elastic? Two things will happen. Kinetic energy is also conserved and momentum is also conserved. Yes or no? Yes. जब तक मैं बोलूँ नहीं, बुक ओपन नहीं करना है. Okay? और उसके बाद में we are going to solve some 5-6 MCQs on the spot. Do I need to explain the diagram or understood? Understood. So point number 1, according to law of conservation of momentum, do you agree with me? M1 into U1 plus M2 into U2 is equal to M1 into V1 plus M2 into V2. मैंने बोला था अभी मैं वेक्टर का साइन नहीं लिखूंगा, it goes without saying कि this is vector, right? I would like to have all ones on one side and all twos on the other side. I want all the ones on one side and all the twos on the other side. So please let me know if I write this directly. Is it okay for you? Yes. M1 times U1 minus V1 is M2 times V2 minus U2. ये M1 V1 इधर आया, yes or no? ये M1 V1 इधर आया और ये M2 U2 उधर गया. Correct? Let me call this as equation 1. Let me call this as equation 1. All ones on one side and all twos on the other side. Right? According to law of conservation of kinetic energy, because it is perfectly elastic collision, that means kinetic energy also is conserved. Come on. half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square is equal to half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. Yes or no? Half is gone throughout. I want the same strategy. I want all ones on one side and all twos on the other side. So can I rewrite this as m1 times u1 square minus v1 square is equal to m2 times v2 square minus u2 square. Correct? So this is equation number 2. Now mind you, in this kind of articles, there are totally 6 things as you see. M1, M2, U1, U2, V1, V2. So usually they give M1, M2 and U1, U2. And V1 and V2 are suspense for you. That means what are the final velocities that you have to find out. Sometimes it is other way round. V1 दे दिया, U1 पूछा. Right? U1, U2, V1, V2 सब दे दिया. M1 दे दिया, M2 पूछा. Maybe I am driving Honda City. Maybe he is driving Skoda. Right? Over here, most important condition is for collision to take place. Most important condition is U1 should be greater than U2. सोचो. नहीं तो collision हो ही नहीं सकता है. बराबर? What if U1 and U2 are same? They will maintain constant distance. What if U1? Okay, this is U1. What if U1 is less and U2 is more? This will keep chasing, but this will never be able to collide. That means U1 has to be more than U2. Correct? So I am driving Honda City. My car manufacturer has given me the mass. And this is the mass of the car. And now this is your mass. To add them, that is the total mass of the system. He is driving Skoda. So manufacturer of Skoda company that has given mass of that particular, right? He knows his own mass, total mass. From my speedometer, I know how fast I am driving. From his speedometer, he knows how fast he is driving. After collision, we don't know what are going to be our speeds. So basically, we want to know V1 and V2. Equation number 2 समझा? अभी ध्यान से सुनो बेटा, एक equation डायरेक्ट लिख रहा हूँ. हाँ, just let me know have you understood this or not. Equation 2 upon equation 1 gives, सोचो, U1 plus V1 is U2 plus V2. Any doubt? प्रूफ करता हूँ. ये मैंने this upon this लिया. M1 M1 गया, M2 M2 गया. इसके फैक्टर्स U1 minus V1, U1 plus V1. इसके फैक्टर्स V2 minus U2, V2 plus V2. माइनस वाले फैक्टर्स गए, प्लस वाले फैक्टर्स बचे. पूरा डिटेलिंग लिखने की जरूरत है क्या? आईपैड नोट्स में दिया इधर में नहीं लिखता हूं. एंड एनीवेज, गुड न्यूज फॉर यू इज इसका जो एंड रिजल्ट आएगा ना, बस वही इंपॉर्टेंट है तुम लोगों को. राइट? U1 plus V1 is U2 plus V2. समझा? Let us call this as equation 3. How many unknowns are there so far? 2 ना? V1 नहीं मालूम है, V2 नहीं मालूम. Now from this, I am setting 2 equations. Equation number 1. Can I say V2 is U1 plus V1 minus U2? Same equation. और यहाँ से मैं दूसरा इक्वेशन लिख रहा हूँ. यहाँ से ध्यान से सुनो, ये थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है. M1 upon M2 times U1 minus V1 plus U2 is equal to V2. सोचो, ये M1 है, ये M2 में इसके नीचे लेके आया, तो M1 upon M2 times U1 minus V1 is V2 minus U2. U2 में ये साइड पे लेके आया. Advantage, I have got 2 equations, right? I have got 2 equations, V2, V2. Let me call this as equation A and let me call this as equation B. So can I say V2 and V2, these are the equations. मैं इसको left hand side पे ले सकता हूँ. So can I say comparing A and B, what will I get? Comparing A and B, what will I get? U1 plus V1 minus U2, ये वाला is equal to, सोचो, m1 upon m2 times u1 minus m1 upon m2 times v1 plus u2. मेरे पास टोटली अभी कितने अननोन्स है? एक. पहले दो थे v1 एंड v2, अभी एक ही है v1. बराबर. ध्यान से देखो, दिस टर्म इज u1 and this term is with u1. This term is v1, this term is v1, this term is u2 and this term is u2. बराबर. मुझे v1 ढूंढना है, तो मैं v1 को एक साइड में करता हूं. तो व्हाट विल आई गेट? रेड वाले साथ में लेता हूं. v1 टाइम्स 1 प्लस m1 m2. सोचो. इज इक्वल टू, अब ये ग्रीन वाले को साइड में करता हूं मैं, तो ये u1 उधर गया. सो इज इट u1 कॉमन? m1 अपॉन m2 माइनस 1. ये u2 है, ये u2 यहां से आया. इज इट 2u2? यहां तक समझा? आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस? चल एलसीएम लो, देखो क्या मिलता है. Therefore v1 m2 plus m1 upon m1 is equal to m1 minus m2 upon m2 times u1 plus 2u2 बराबर 2u2. m1 plus m2 upon ये वाला ब्रैकेट समझा? दिस इज m1 minus m2 upon m2 times this and this is 2. यहाँ पे m2 होना चाहिए. सॉरी, यस और नो. एकदम अच्छे से समझा. नाउ इफ आई सॉल्व दिस फर्दर, I want to cancel this m2. So if I want to cancel this m2, can I multiply and divide by m2? एडवांटेज मेरा कैलकुलेशन सिंपल हो गया. ये इधर से m2 गया, इधर से m2 गया और इधर से m2 गया. So what is my end result? v1 times m1 plus m2, है ना, because addition is commutative, is m1 minus m2 times u1 plus 2m2 u2. अभी मुझे v1 v2 ढूंढना है. v1 अकेला नहीं है, उसके साथ में m1 plus m2 है. So divide throughout by m1 plus m2. Divide throughout by m1 plus m2. So what will you get? v1 is equal to m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 times u1 plus 2m2 upon m1 plus m2 times u2. समझा? एकदम अच्छे से समझा. डोंट वरी. सर हम लोग उसी के लिए तो वेट कर रहे हैं, है ना? So don't worry. This is v1. This is v1. Right? अभी मुझे v2 ढूंढना है. तो which is the simplest equation which you see on the board? ये वाला. So you can substitute this v1 here. You can substitute this v1 here. Substituting v1 here. Substituting v1 here. We get v2 here. And what is v2? v2 is 2m1 upon m1 plus m2 times u1 plus m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 times u2. Good news is you need to remember last one. And the best news is how to remember them nicely. Because ये फॉर्मूले में से हार्ट अटैक देने वाले. Yes or no? अब एकदम क्यूट मेथड देता हूँ, ये बुक्स में नहीं दिया होता, ये टीचर्स को खुद से मेहनत करनी पड़ती है। ध्यान से सुनो। शुरू करूं? V1 is equal to something into U1 plus something into U2. V2 is something into U1 plus something into U2. एकदम सेम दिख रहा है। अप टू दिस नो प्रॉब्लम। अच्छा, ब्रैकेट के अंदर जो आएगा वो डायमेंशनलेस होना चाहिए। बेस इसका यूनिट मीटर पर सेकंड है, इसका यूनिट भी मीटर पर सेकंड है, तो इसका यूनिट भी मीटर पर सेकंड। अपॉन 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 अपॉन, अभी भी सेम दिख रहा है। m1 plus m2 and m1 plus m2 and m1 plus m2 and m1 plus m2, अभी तक सेम दिख रहा है। Now comes the shortcut. It is pronounced as difference upon sum and double upon sum. Double upon sum and difference upon sum. वापिस बोलूं? Difference upon sum and double upon sum. Double upon sum and difference upon sum. अब ध्यान से देखो, आया इधर डिफरेंस? Difference upon sum and double upon sum. Double upon sum and difference upon sum. लेकिन अभी भी इतना इजी नहीं है। डिफरेंस मतलब वो m1 माइनस m2 हो सकता है और वो m2 माइनस m1 भी हो सकता है। डबल मतलब डबल ऑफ मास 1 हो सकता है, डबल ऑफ मास 2 हो सकता है। तो हाउ टू रिमेंबर? इधर कौन है? इधर 1। इधर कौन है? देयरफॉर फर्स्ट माइनस सेकंड। लेकिन इधर कौन है? देयरफॉर सेकंड माइनस फर्स्ट। बराबर? इधर कौन है? Therefore twice of m2. और इधर कौन है? Therefore twice of m1. अभी समझा? Super duper sure. Without looking at your board, right? Meditation mode. Close your eyes. V1. Difference upon sum and double upon sum. Double upon sum and difference upon sum. थोड़े टाइम के बाद मैं ये रब करने वाला हूँ, है ना? बोर्ड पिक्चर लेने के बाद मैं ये रब करने वाला हूँ। किधर है कोड? ओके, एंड देन आफ्टर वी आर डूइंग स्पेशल केसेस ऑफ दिस एंड अ फ्यू एमसीक्यूज ऑफ दिस। ओके, बात समझा? सुपर श्योर? ठीक है? कॉन्फिडेंट? एक बराबर लिया ना? मैंने बोलना रिकॉर्डिंग चालू है और तुम लोगों के बैच की इंप्रेशन बहुत अच्छी है मार्केट। मैं सर के सबसे क्यूट बच्चे मतलब 513, क्योंकि बच्चे बिल्कुल आवाज नहीं करते। हाँ, अपनी इमेज बना के रखो मार्केट में। वेरी गुड, प्राउड ऑफ यू, लव यू। एक्सेप्शंस आते हैं। चलो, V1 is something into U1 plus something into U2. Similar, V2 is something into U1 plus something into U2. Next, next, डिफरेंस, क्रिस क्रॉस, यहाँ पे m1 माइनस m2, यहाँ पे m2 माइनस m1, डबल ऑफ m2, डबल ऑफ m1। किसको देखने का? इधर 2 therefore 2 बराबर इधर 1 therefore 1, इधर 1 therefore 1 पहले, इधर 2 therefore 2 पहले। समझा बेटा? Now listen to the special cases. There are totally 4 special cases, but we are doing only 2 today because I want to cover these MCQs today. Listen to the special cases. If both the masses are same, example, you are playing the game of carom board. All the coins are of same masses. Whether you take white or you take black or you take the queen coin. Size wise they are same, volume wise they are same, mass wise they are same. If mass 1 is equal to mass 2, what can you say about V1 and what can you say about V2? Very simple. V1 will become U2 and V2 will become U1. That's it. You know what does this mean? If two same masses undergo perfectly elastic collision, then their velocities are exactly interchanged. अब मुझे ये चेक करना है कि मैं राइट हूं कि नहीं। बराबर? ध्यान से सुनो बेटा। ये m1 माइनस m2 है, उसकी वजह से ये टर्म 0 होगा, और ये m1 माइनस m2 है, m2 माइनस m1, उसकी वजह से ये टर्म 0 होगा। तो इसका फर्स्ट और इसका सेकंड 0 हो गया। अभी दिस इज 2m2, दिस कैन बी रिटन एज 2m2 बिकॉज m1 इज m2, सो 2m2 अपॉन 2m2 इज 1। सिंपल लैंग्वेज, ये ब्रैकेट 0 हो रहा है, ये ब्रैकेट 1 हो रहा है, इधर ये ब्रैकेट 0 हो रहा है, तो ये ब्रैकेट 1 हो रहा है। सो व्हाट इज योर आंसर? V1 is U2 and V2 is U1. So if two bodies of same masses undergo perfectly elastic collision, so can I say for perfectly elastic collision the velocities are interchange, बेटा नीट में 2 बार एग्जैक्टली सेम फॉर्मूला पे क्वेश्चन आया, and it is so super paplu you can crack this question in 2 seconds. Trust me, 2 seconds. Velocities are, I'll show you some questions right now. I'll show you some questions. ये समझा? अब इसका स्पेशल केस 2 भी बहुत सिंपल है, एक एडिशनल टर्म है। If mass 1 and mass 2 are same and body number 2 is at rest, let me first explain practical life में ये कैसा होता होगा। body 1, body 2 or maybe body 1, body 2, right? इसका स्पीड 50 है और इसका स्पीड 30 है and they undergo perfectly elastic collision. 50 30 collide, 30 50, 50 30 collide, 30 50. Case 2, 50 0, 50 0, 0 50. Second body is at rest, right? याद है मैंने वो जो आपको एनिमेशंस दिखाए, उसमें एक बॉब यहाँ से आता है, यहाँ से 6th बॉब बाहर निकलता है। Yes or no? That is called transfer of momentum. तो इसमें आपका आंसर क्या आएगा? सेम, एकदम सेम। V1 is equal to U2 and V2 is equal to U1, but because U2 was 0, therefore V1 is 0. Logic समझा? Super duper sure. Okay. Open your book, please. You are on page number. What is this page number? Are you on page number 12? Are you on page number 12? पेज नंबर 12 के बॉटम से शुरू किया आप लोगों ने। पेज नंबर 13 इज द प्रूफ। एकदम टॉप या तो बॉटम पे या तो जिधर भी ब्लैंक स्पेस मिलता है उधर इनको बड़े बड़े हैंड राइटिंग में प्रूफ FYI, प्रूफ FYI। टर्न द पेज, मतलब पेज नंबर 13 टॉप, पेज नंबर 14 फर्स्ट बॉक्स एंड सेकंड बॉक्स 5 स्टार। याद रखिएगा टेक्निक, याद रखने का टेक्निक, मैं बोर्ड पे लिखता हूँ वैसे लिखो, कोशिश करो अगर अलग अलग पेन है तो। डिफरेंस, डिफरेंस, डबल, डबल। जब तक आईपैड नोट्स नहीं आ जाता, आईपैड नोट्स में हमने इससे ज्यादा डिटेलिंग में दिया, हाउ टू रिमेम्बर यू, क्या हाईलाइट करने का, सब राइट। सो पेज नंबर 14 का फर्स्ट दो बॉक्सेस देखो, चेक करो आपको समझ में आ गया कि नहीं। उसके बाद में स्पेशल केसेस में केस ए और बी देखो, मैंने आज दो ही करवाया, बाकी के नेक्स्ट टाइम, बिकॉज आई वांट टू सॉल्व सम क्वेश्चंस। Have you understood the formula? Solve these 6 MCQs. Frankly speaking, you don't need it. If you know this and this, and if you know this, all 6 can be done. And out of these 6, 3 are AIPMC questions. Your time starts now. I am giving you 5 minutes, but I am sure you will be done with this in 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Assignment 2 है, 1 नहीं है, ध्यान से। Assignment 2, you have to solve this exercise. लास्ट टाइम मैंने जो 10 ग्राफ वाले क्वेश्चंस दिए थे वो सब आए? ऐसा कोई भी क्वेश्चन जिसमें डाउट है इसके बाद में पूछ लेते। हाँ, इसके बाद में पूछ लेते। Which question are you on, by the way? 43. Good, good, good speed. start? Keep going on.
61.
Shall we start now?
Yes.
Okay. 39.
C.
A body of mass छोटा m is moving with velocity v and is making head-on collision. अब इसको एक लिखने का फटाफट स्टाइल समझा देता हूँ कि एग्जाम में फास्ट कैसे लिखने का. 39. Mass 1 u1 v1 mass 2 u2 v2. Mass 1 is छोटा m, mass 2 is बड़ा m. Velocity 1 is v. Velocity 2 I don't know. कितना है? 0. 0. राइट. अब ये अगर 0 हुआ तो ये वेलोसिटी इंटरचेंज हुआ. राइट. Now if masses are same, that means it is perfectly elastic collision. And if it is perfectly elastic collision, then masses have to be the same. Is that clear? So can I say since perfectly elastic collision, and velocities are interchanged, that means v1 is u2 and v2 is u1, implies masses have to be the same. Therefore छोटा m should match with बड़ा m. समझा? ये एक मैं पूरा डिटेल में लिख के देता हूँ. You know why? बाकी के पांचों क्वेश्चन में हम लोग बोलेंगे कि repeat the argument of 39. Means now I am just confirming the answers with you. Okay? 40 का आंसर बोलो. Delhi is the correct answer. 41 purely your insult. क्वेश्चन में +3 -5 लिख रहा है. आंसर में -5 +3 आना चाहिए. दोनों क्वेश्चन में लिखो रिपीट द आर्गुमेंट ऑफ 39. आर्ग्यू ऑन 43. फर्स्ट बॉल का स्पीड इज 5, सेकंड बॉल इज एट रेस्ट. If the first ball stops, but the first ball is 0, the second ball should be 5. Velocities are interchanged. Enjoying the problem?
Yes.
See, physics is so cute. 49. AIPMT का क्वेश्चन है. आंसर इज दिल्ली. 61. 61 आंसर इज C. Yes or no? 61 आंसर इज C. Now, previous lecture का जो होमवर्क था, previous lectures homework, if you can please help me with the question numbers. पहले एक ही जन बोलना खाली. Assignment 2, question number 62 to 66. Practice paper 1, yes please. 29, 34, 28, 34 and 40. Thank you. Practice paper 2. Sorry. Okay. Now assignment 2, 62 to 66 में कोई डाउट? Assignment 2, 62 to 66, 63. उसमें बेटा फोर्स वर्सेस डिस्प्लेसमेंट के बजाय एक्सीलरेशन वर्सेस डिस्प्लेसमेंट बोला है. बराबर ना? फोर्स वर्सेस डिस्प्लेसमेंट के बजाय एक्सीलरेशन वर्सेस डिस्प्लेसमेंट बोला है. तो थ्रू आउट उसको मास से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो. यस और नो? ध्यान से सुनो. अच्छा क्वेश्चन. असाइनमेंट 2 क्वेश्चन 63. वर्क डन इज इक्वल टू फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट. So it is mass into acceleration into displacement. So can I write this as mass into acceleration into displacement? Acceleration into displacement is area under the curve. Y-axis पे acceleration और x-axis पे displacement. So this is area under the curve. What is the mass of this body? 10 kg. What is the area under the curve? Half into base into height, because मुझे triangle दिख रहा है. Yes or no? So this is 10 into half into. What is the base of that triangle? 8. And what is the height of that triangle? 20. So this should be our answer. है ना? 800 because problem CGS में. Oh my God. This is 800 That means it is 800 into 10 is to मास का भी कुछ वैल्यू ग्राम लेकिन एक्सेलरेशन सेंटीमीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर में है ना राजा। तो इधर 10⁻⁻4 आएगा, इधर खाली 10⁻⁻4 आएगा बराबर। सो इट इज 800 into 10⁻⁻4, दैट मींस इट इज 8 into 10⁻⁻4। पूछने का स्टाइल अच्छा था। 62 to 66 में और कुछ पक्का? प्रैक्टिस पेपर 1 28 anybody? anybody? 34 तो वैसे भी रिपीट था। It is same as question 41 of assignment 1. Question 40. Answer is 13 joule. Area of trapezium. Practice paper 2. Third question. Anybody? Third question. And what about 29? 29. The areas are exactly getting cancelled. Some students, I don't know which question was this, but they asked me this. कि सर इसका आंसर क्या आएगा? ये वाला। अब भले 8 पे ये अनबाउंडेड है, लेकिन उन्होंने मुझे बोला है कि मुझे 0 से 8 तक जाना है। That means this is half wave, this is quarter wave, and this is quarter wave. So this half gets cancelled by these two quarters. Means answer is 0. समझा? ये कौन सा क्वेश्चन था भाई? 62 of assignment 2. Okay. समझा बेटा? ये आंसर 0 आएगा। आंसर 0 आएगा। So anyways, we stop here for the day. See you on Thursday. Homework for Thursday. Revise and come. Only the formula. No other homework.